Hello and welcome again to RC Model Reviews on YouTube, and what I have here is the AXN Floater. This is a very popular model. It's an EPO available in different configurations, RTF, ARF, or the whole lot basically. Everything from virtually just the airframe and the motor to the whole thing with the servos, ESC, everything installed. Now, it's a great little model, and it's going to be the introduction to a new series of articles and videos on RC Model Reviews, which are going to deal specifically with FPV, first person view. And that's where we put a camera in the model and fly it as if we were actually sitting in the model. Now, there is some FPV stuff already on the RC Model Reviews website and on the YouTube channel you're watching now. But what I'm going to be doing is demystifying a lot of stuff, and I'm going to produce several packages of FPV equipment that you could build yourself or put together yourself and used to fly FPV, because there are so many variables that it becomes quite difficult if you are unfamiliar with FPV to design and build your own FPV setup. So I'm going to do everything from what I call bareback FPV, which is the very basic, the simplest, cheapest way to get into it, right through to the full-blown FPV with the autopilot, return to launch, and all the other bells and whistles that you could possibly hope for. Now, somewhere between bareback and fully featured is probably the kind of system that you might be interested in flying this summer. Now, it's winter down here in the southern hemisphere, but I know up north it's summer and everybody's dying to get into FPV, so that's what we're going to be focusing on in a few upcoming videos and articles. Now, as I mentioned in one of my earlier videos, I've been trying to get a hold of, BevRC. Now, BevRC seem to have a very high profile in the FPV market, so I wanted to ask BevRC some questions. I emailed them, no response. I mentioned it in one of my weekly, or not so weekly, video roundups, and still no response. So I emailed them again, no response. So I'm afraid I'm going to have to wipe BevRC off the potential list of suppliers for building these various FPV options, which is a shame because they do seem to have some really good stuff in stock. And whereas Hobby King has some stuff, some of it's not so good, but they don't have any in stock. Everything's back ordered, so there's no point in me designing and building these different FPV options, complete FPV systems for you to copy if you won't be able to buy the parts. So I'm looking for suppliers who have FPV gear. That's the cameras, it's the video links, it's the airframes, the whole lot that I can buy and put these systems together. And then I can tell you, if you want to fly a system like this, here's where you go, this is how much it costs, and away you go. You can duplicate the system, and then there's no problems, there's no confusion, there's no unknowns, because you'll be able to see it all built and flown here on RC Model Reviews. But as I say, BevRC, I'm sorry, I've tried 3 times, no response. What would it be like if I'd actually sent them money, I wonder? Most unusual. Anyway, perhaps if you're watching this video, you can email BevRC and say, why are you ignoring RC Model Reviews when all they want to do is buy some products and build some systems that others will no doubt want to duplicate and therefore generate sales for you? I have no idea. I'm completely dumbfounded and bewildered about that. So suffice to say, I have the AXN Floater here. It's probably the simplest and easiest model to get going for FPV. This will be our bareback FPV model. We'll fit it up with a camera, low-cost camera, low-cost video transmitter, and then I've got something organized for the other end, the ground station, because there are a number of ways you can do FPV on the ground. You can buy those expensive goggles, glasses that you've seen. I've reviewed the Fat Sharks on the RCModelReviews.com website. I've reviewed those, so you can buy those, but they're not cheap. They start at about $230. And it's not a cheap option, but I have something coming up. I'll be working on it over the last couple of weeks in design, and hopefully I'll have it sorted out in a couple more weeks, and it becomes a better option than those glasses. And it's a lot cheaper. So, and if you wear prescription glasses like I do, you can still wear your glasses. So it's not putting your head in a box or anything like that. It's what I think is a rather elegant way to enable you to fly FPV without glasses. And the price looks as though it's going to be about $100, which is a lot cheaper than any of the useful glasses. And the resolution will be 800 by 600. That's better than any of the glasses on the market at the moment. So stay tuned for that. I won't give any more information until I've made sure that it actually works. So in the meantime, keep an eye out for these articles coming up. I'll be still trying to find suppliers that can deliver the products and who will answer my emails. And if you've got questions on FPV, then go to the RCModelReviews.com website and go to the forums. Now, a few people have complained recently, the forums aren't working. Well, it's because the damn website and the forums have become so popular that the server ran out of resources. So I've spoken to the hosting company. They've beefed it up. We've got more resources, and now everything's back, hopefully, to normal speed. So Go to the website, see the reviews, go to the forums, ask your questions. You may be able to help others because it is a community, and if you have a question, ask it. If you've got an answer to someone else's question, then chip in and see if your answer is of use to them. That's it for this very brief introduction to the new series coming up. Thank you for watching. And by the way, if you'd like to help by contributing a small sum of money so that I can buy all this stuff and produce these videos and come up with these answers for you, then don't let me stop you. Go to the website. There's a donate button on the side. You'll see it there. Click on that and you can donate any amount of money, no matter how small or large. And it all goes to buying stuff like this so that you and others can get the informed information you need when making your purchasing decisions. Thank you for watching RC Model Reviews. I'll see you again very soon.